I'm Lieutenant Colonel Garth Callender, giving this year's ANZAC Day Address on behalf of the Surfers Paradise RSL. These are unusual times, so I'm delivering this address from my backyard. This year on ANZAC Day 2020, with the world in the grips of the COVID-19 pandemic, I thought my views as a soldier may assist many of those deal with their current situation. When I consider the importance and the poignancy of ANZAC Day, I can't help reflect back to this day in 2006. I was part of a 110 strong combat team operating in Baghdad, Iraq. Operating at a time which was considered by many to be the height of the insurgency and a time of extreme violence throughout the country. 4 days beforehand, we'd lost one of our own, Jake, who died in a shooting incident. That ANZAC Day ceremony in Baghdad with our makeshift cenotaph was really the first opportunity we had to come together as a team following Jake's death. For us, it was an opportunity to remember our mate who we'd lost and to mourn. But it was also an opportunity to put our current situation in perspective, to remember the hardships and the sacrifices that Australian military men and women had made before us, what they'd been through throughout Australian history. For us, it was an opportunity to reconsolidate and regroup, to focus on the job ahead, because we still had 5 months of what we knew was going to be a very difficult deployment. Today, I've never been prouder to be a veteran, to stand beside, metaphorically rather than literally, the men and women of the Surfers Paradise RSL, as the Australian Defence Force continues to serve our nation in ways that we've never seen before, assisting in the recovery of communities ravaged by bushfire, and now helping to protect our community from the spread of this insidious virus. All the while, soldiers, sailors, airmen and airwomen continue to serve regionally and across the globe. While ANZAC Day is usually a time when we get up early to attend dawn services and be involved in marches across the country, this year we must find other ways of remembering the sacrifices that have been made by the men and women with their names enshrined on the honour rolls, on plinths, cenotaphs and memorials around the country. When we say, lest we forget, we're really saying, take care not to forget. Do not let these sacrifices go forgotten. Now more than ever, we could easily focus on our current situation and our current troubles. As the world shifts and nations react to control and protect their citizens, take care not to forget. And while many of you may feel that this year many of your freedoms have been taken from you, I want you to really consider how lucky we are. Luck that was forged through the sacrifices made by so many on the battlefields of Gallipoli, the Western Front, fighting in New Guinea, across the Pacific, and through more modern conflicts, the Vietnam War and Australia's military commitment to Iraq and Afghanistan. These are just a few examples. The list is seemingly endless, and a list that will fail to do justice to the blood and the death that has ensured we can stand on Australian soil and say, this is ours, and what was done in our name has ensured our freedom. Like we did around that plywood cenotaph in Baghdad in 2006. Use this day, ANZAC Day 2020, to take stock of who we are, how we got here as a nation, and how we can come out the other side more united and stronger. How we can best protect our most vulnerable, how we can empower our leaders and innovators, and come together to look after each other. That's the Australian spirit. It's carried us through wartime and adversities. And it's the ANZAC spirit. Fight for what is right, fight for your mates, and look after each other. lest we forget.